Lembaga amal Inggris Oxfam mengatakan pihaknya berduka atas terbunuhnya seorang psikolog Palestina yang bekerja untuk salah satu organisasi mitranya di Gaza. Setelah ia terbunuh bersama kedua anaknya yang berusia 5 dan 3 tahun dalam serangan Israel. Israel semakin gencar melakukan serangan ke wilayah jalur Gaza yang sudah hancur. Kemarahan Israel ini dipicu Sidang Umum PBB yang mendukung atau mengakui negara Palestina merdeka dalam sebuah resolusi yang dinamakan Solusi Dua Negara. Pada tayangan ini terlihat baru saja terjadi serangan udara militer Israel ke sebuah pemukiman bernama Romawi. Setidaknya ada 27 orang penduduk sipil meninggal dan banyak pula yang luka-luka, tertimpa material bangunan yang roboh. Petugas kesehatan dan relawan yang sedang berusaha menemukan korban, baik yang masih hidup maupun yang meninggal dunia di reruntuhan bangunan, terlihat dalam video ini. Situasinya sudah seperti kiamat. Serangan demi serangan Israel ini bertujuan untuk melenyapkan orang-orang Palestina. Politik genosida ini dilakukan juga dengan mengusir orang Palestina pergi meninggalkan tanah air mereka. Resolusi yang dihasilkan oleh Majelis Umum PBB di New York, 140 negara mendukung berdirinya negara Palestina merdeka dengan ibu kotanya Yerusalem. 12 abstain dan 10 negara menentang, termasuk Israel dan Amerika. Amerika Serikat yang memveto resolusi ini menjadikan kemerdekaan Palestina ini belum terrealisasi. Perdana Menteri Israel mengatakan tidak ada negara Palestina dan diamini pula oleh Amerika. Semua tanah Palestina mereka klaim sebagai milik Israel dan orang-orang Palestina harus pergi dari negeri yang melahirkan mereka dan leluhurnya. Akibat penolakan Amerika, kedaulatan negara Palestina masih belum benar-benar terwujud.
Declaration is the result of an international conference at the UN in July on the decades-long conflict. The United States and Israel boycotted that event and voted against the declaration.
For those who want peace, come and join us.
Riyad Mansour, Palestinian permanent observer to the United Nations, spoke after the vote.
I want to thank the overwhelming majority of nations that voted for the endorsement of this declaration, endorsement of the plan for peace.
The declaration condemns the attacks against Israel by Palestinian militants Hamas on October 7, 2023, which triggered the war in Gaza. It also condemns the attacks by Israel against civilians. But Israel, which has long criticized the UN for not condemning Hamas by name for the October 7th attacks, dismissed the declaration as one-sided. Danny Danon, Israeli UN ambassador, spoke before the vote.
This declaration is one-sided. It does not designate Hamas as a terrorist organization, and it dares to equate the release of Israeli hostages with the release of convicted terrorists. Shame on you.
The United States described the vote as, quote, yet another misguided and ill-timed publicity stunt that undermined serious diplomatic efforts to end the conflict.
Chanting, flag-waving, keffiyeh-wearing demonstrators gathered early in Times Square. Their message to the Israeli Prime Minister, you are not welcome here.
And that it's unconscionable that the elected officials in the U.S. and New York City and nationally are rolling out the red carpet for him. And we're surrounded by thousands of New Yorkers who are here to demand an arms embargo, to demand real consequences on Israel for its genocide against Palestinians.
Thousands made their way through blockaded streets and a heavy police presence to deliver that message to the United Nations, where he was speaking.
84% of the American electorate now favors an immediate ceasefire in Gaza. Only 27% support Benjamin Netanyahu of Israel. Across the spectrum, Democrats overwhelmingly now have a negative view of Israel, a dramatic shift since the beginning of the war on Gaza.
That negative view is particularly strong among Democrats under age 50, but support among Republicans and older voters is also waning. Jewish voters, too.
Not in our name.
This is despicable what's going on. This is what my grandparents fled and fought against. And as a Jew, it's horrendous.
For Palestinian Americans, the change in public sentiment offers a glimmer of hope.
I've been here since 78, and in 78, I was afraid to say I'm Palestinian. Now my flag in the streets of New York, up and high. But I want to say that I hope the world will not squander the blood of the Palestinian.
Many hope that change will come for Gaza as well. Kristen Salimi, Al Jazeera, New York.
A mass exodus at the UN General Assembly in protest, as Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu prepared to address the chamber.
Please, order in the hall.
To those calling for an immediate end to the genocide in Gaza, his message was unequivocal.
Israel must finish the job.
Netanyahu lashed out at nearly 160 UN member nations who've recognized Palestinian statehood, calling them weak-kneed.
Giving the Palestinians a state 1 mile from Jerusalem after October 7th is like giving Al-Qaeda a state 1 mile from New York City after September 11th. This is sheer madness. It's insane, and we won't do it.
As he spoke, a few blocks away, foreign ministers and representatives of 34 countries responded, committing to an initiative to take collective action against Israel. It includes refusing Israeli weapon shipments at ports and preventing vessels from carrying weapons to Israel under their international flags, and sanctioning companies supporting Israel's illegal occupation of Palestine, among other actions.
Enough words, more action, and we can do it together. And of course, when you apply the collective action, as we saw in the case of South Africa, you are more effective.
Palestine's ambassador to the UN said there's no time to lose.
We call on states to join the Hague Group not as matter of political discretion, but a clear legal and moral imperative, in line with their obligations under international law.
Brazil's foreign minister told Al Jazeera it's a game changer.
We're talking about sanctions.
Yes, of course. Well, sanctions too. Brazil only implement sanctions adopted by the Security Council. This is in our law, but we totally support sanctions in this case to stop this genocide.
It's a measure aimed at bypassing a U.S. veto at the Security Council.
Netanyahu is standing firm, and he is betting that one of his few unconditional allies will do the same as he prepares to meet U.S. President Donald Trump again at the White House on Monday.